I look at a pampered house cat sleeping on a $200 heated bed, ignoring its owner for 9 straight hours before demanding food at maximum volume, and it honestly blows my mind. Because the truth is, this tiny, arrogant furball basically pulled off the greatest heist in evolutionary history. Unlike dogs, who worked incredibly hard to earn their place beside us by hunting, guarding, and herding, cats simply invited themselves in. They offered very little in the way of emotional support or obedience. And the wildest part? We thanked them for it. To understand how this bizarre partnership started, we have to rewind to the ancient world. For most of human history, cats were the ultimate ghosts. They were almost completely invisible to us. While early humans were busy surviving the brutal Ice Age, hiding in caves and fearing giant, terrifying predators that lurked just beyond the firelight, nobody gave a second thought to the small, silent felines stalking through the arid deserts of the Middle East and North Africa. Unlike wolves, cats did not survive through teamwork. They didn't hunt in loyal packs, they didn't defend each other, and they didn't build complex social structures. A wild cat survived entirely on its own, a solitary phantom in the grass. For thousands of years, humans and cats completely ignored each other. But then, around 12,000 years ago, humanity made a revolutionary accidental mistake. We invented farming. Instead of constantly wandering across enormous landscapes in desperate search of food, humans started settling down in permanent villages. We began hoarding something highly valuable: grain. Massive, unprecedented mountains of grain. Now, to an ancient human, a granary meant survival through brutal winters for an entire community. But to the local rodent population, it was an all-you-can-eat buffet. Suddenly, these early, fragile settlements were swarming with mice and rats, threatening the very food reserves that families depended on to survive. A bad infestation didn't just mean annoyance, it meant starvation. Here is where the story gets truly fascinating. For a small desert predator, this human invention was basically a giant, enclosed mouse factory. The boldest wildcats crept out of the shadows. They didn't come to make friends, they came for the endless feast. And humans, desperate to save their crops, noticed these silent assassins wiping out the rodent infestations night after night. It was the perfect arrangement of mutual convenience. Humans tolerated the cats because they protected the food supply, and the cats tolerated the humans because we had accidentally created the greatest hunting grounds on Earth. Over thousands of years, evolution ran a quiet filter. The cats that stayed calm around humans got to stay at the buffet. The extremely fearful ones stayed away and struggled. But here is the hard truth that separates cats from our other beloved pets. Dogs physically and emotionally transformed to become our partners. Cats barely changed at all. Modern house cats are genetically almost identical to their ancient wild ancestors. If you saw the African wildcat that started it all walking down your street today, you'd probably just assume it was your neighbor's lost tabby. They never lost their wild edge. Think about it this way. Your house cat is still a fully operational wild predator, just living inside your living room. When they stalk a moving object, ambush your feet under the blanket, or stare silently at birds for hours, those are ancient hunting instincts taking over. When they suddenly sprint down the hallway at impossible speeds for absolutely no visible reason, or when they push a glass off the table while maintaining full eye contact with you, they are practicing the exact same behaviors their ancestors used thousands of years ago. Even their play is just deadly hunting practice. They didn't evolve to obey us. They just figured out that human civilization is incredibly comfortable. And because this arrangement worked so beautifully, they hitched a ride on human expansion. As agriculture spread across the ancient world, cats followed along trade routes and into new villages. But the real game changer was the invention of ships. Ancient ships carrying grain and food were notoriously infested with rats. Rats destroyed vital supplies, spread devastating diseases, and damaged cargo. So sailors started bringing cats aboard as biological pest control. Suddenly, these tiny desert hunters had an all-expenses-paid ticket to cross oceans. From Europe to Asia to Africa, wherever humans carried food, rats followed. And wherever rats followed, cats became essential. In some civilizations, their status elevated from useful pest control to absolute reverence. Nowhere was this more spectacular than in ancient Egypt. Egyptians didn't just respect cats, they worshipped them. Harming a cat could bring severe punishment, and families deeply mourned their passing. They became connected to Bastet, the goddess of protection, fertility, and the home. When archaeologists uncovered ancient burial sites, they found millions of mummified cats. Think about how extraordinary that leap is. An animal that once hid silently in the desert had become a sacred, spiritually vital icon to one of Earth's most powerful empires. Yet even as they were treated like deities, they maintained their independence. It's probably why we find them so deeply mysterious and emotionally unreadable today. We know they don't fully belong to us. Oh, but they know exactly how to play us. Scientists have discovered that adult cats rarely meow at each other in the wild. They developed that specific vocal behavior exclusively for humans. Over generations, they learned that certain pitches trigger human attention and affection. Your cat is literally manipulating your brain with carefully evolved noise engineering, and it works flawlessly. Traces of their ancient survival tactics are everywhere. When they need blankets, they are mimicking nursing kittens, and when they bring you dead animals, they are likely sharing a hunt because they think you are a terrible hunter yourself. Today, there are roughly 600 million domestic cats worldwide, making them one of the most successful predators on the planet. And they didn't do it by being the strongest, or by hunting in packs, or by learning to fetch. A solitary hunter from the desert quietly observed that human civilization was the ultimate survival strategy. Domestication for them remains gloriously incomplete. So tonight, when your feline opportunist curls up on your bed, fully convinced that it owns the entire place, remember, you didn't conquer them. The universal cat distribution system simply allowed you to be part of their incredible journey.